Now our next topic is parallel axis theorem. So what is the principle of parallel axis theorem? The By using this relation we can state the principle of parallel axis theorem. The moment of inertia about any axis is equal to the sum of moment of inertia of body about center of mass and the product of mass of the body and square of distance between two parallel axes, that is IO is equal to IC plus MH square. Now here in this figure, C is the center of mass of the body, O is the axis of rotation about any axis. So we consider here at center of mass the moment of inertia is represented by IC. So and at point O the moment of inertia is represented by IO. So let us consider here IO is the moment of inertia of body about the point O. IC is the moment of inertia of body at point C. So M is the whole mass of the body. H is the distance between two parallel axes. Now suppose here a small element of mass dm situated at point P. Join Cp and OP and draw a perpendicular PD on the extended line OD. Now to calculate the moment of inertia at point C and at point O. So now consider here the moment of inertia of small element about an axis passing through point C is equal to Cp square into dm. So from this figure, if the axis of rotation is here point C, then the distance from the small element is here Cp. So we consider here Cp square into dm. Now the moment of inertia of whole body about an axis passing through point C is represented by IC is equal to integration of Cp square into dm, equation number 1. Similarly, the moment of inertia of a small element about an axis passing through point O is written here OP square into dm. So therefore, moment of inertia of whole body about an axis passing through point O is represented by IO is equal to integration of OP square into dm. So here to calculate the value of OP square in equation number 2, let us consider here in triangle ODP. In triangle ODP, it is the right angle triangle. So by using the Pythagoras theorem, we can write here OP square is equal to OD plus PD square. OP square is equal to OD plus PD square. So therefore, here OD can be replaced by OC plus CD. So therefore, in place of OD, we can write here OC plus CD whole square. So after squaring, its value becomes OC square plus 2 times OC dot CD plus CD square, and remaining terms is here PD square. But in triangle CDP, here CP square is equal to CD square plus PD square. So here CD square plus PD square is replaced by CP square. Therefore, this formula becomes here OP square is equal to OC square plus 2 times OC dot CD plus CP square. This is the equation number 3. Now here put this value in equation number 2. So therefore equation 2 becomes IO is equal to integration of OC square plus 2 times OC dot CD plus CP square into dm. Now multiply is dm in each term. Therefore IO is equal to integration of OC square dm plus 2 times OC CD dm plus integration of CP square dm. But from figure OC is equal to H. So here substitute the value of OC is equal to H. So therefore this equation becomes IO is equal to integration of H square dm plus 2 times integration of H CD dm plus IC. Here from equation number 1, integration of Cp square dm is equal to IC. So from equation number 1, we can write here IC is equal to integration of Cp square into dm. So this equation becomes here IO is equal to H square dm plus 2 times H integration of CD dm plus IC. But we know that the moment of inertia at center of mass is equal to 0. So therefore integration of ct dm is equal to 0, and integration of dm is the whole mass of the body. So therefore we can write here integration of dm is equal to m, and integration of ct dm, which is represented by where the center of moment of inertia is 0. So therefore the product is here 0. So therefore IO is equal to IC plus MH square, and in this way we proved here the parallel axis theorem. So it is very important as per the examination point of view.